But some Nigerians here, they still carry that culture and come here. Like I'm like, you're not what's that word? They say if you're in Rome, behave like a Roman. So you're not in Nigeria, you're in the UK. Try to adapt to how their things are done. But no. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Reetahh and this is Tea Spill with Reetahh, where I talk about health, lifestyle and Christianity. So click on that subscribe button and join the family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in once again. In today's video, I decided to make kind of like a continuation of the last video, but culture shocks in the workplace. Now, I will be making this video while getting ready for church. So I'm going to be doing a very quick makeover while telling you guys all the culture shocks that I have experienced and also that I have heard as well. So let's just get right into the video. So the first one I'm going to start with is calling people by their names. In Nigeria, we are so used to the culture of calling people sir or ma at the workplace. Although in the health field, I don't really call people sir or ma. I just say nurse this, nurse that, doctor this, doctor that, unless the person is like supervisor or your CNO or your matron or that kind of stuff. You know, it's like higher, but my fellow colleagues, I just call them nurse this, nurse that. But generally in the workplace in Nigeria, you just call, not even workplace, you call people that are older than you, maybe sir or ma, uncle, auntie, that kind of thing. So it was something like kind of like a shock to me, because coming here, like, you call your colleagues by their names, even your manager, you don't say ma, mama. And one time actually I had to speak to someone of the higher band, which is the band 6, and I had to ask her, what do you like me to call you? Do you, because you have to call them by their names, definitely, but sometimes they call them sister, like, so that's what they call all those band 6 and stuff. Sometimes even band 5 they call them sister. So I was like, what would you like me to call you? Sometimes I used to call you Reetahh, sometimes I used to call you Sister Reetahh, and sometimes I used to call you sister. So which one do you prefer? And she was like, anyone is fine, doesn't matter. Like, okay. And you can't even try this in Nigeria because you'll see as disrespectful. Why are you calling somebody by their first name? You know, can't you put that respect? Put the respect on my name. The next culture shock that I experienced is greetings. Like, they're not so serious about your greeting. They don't take all those greetings personal. You can greet them, they will answer. Or you can greet them. Some of them don't even answer. So most times what some of them will say is morning, hi, hello, you alright? Okay, that kind of stuff. So but in Nigeria, you have to greet good morning ma, good morning sir, good morning this, good morning that. And if you don't greet now, it's also disrespect. Because of course when I first came, I used to greet good morning, good morning, good morning. Sometimes if they will not answer, until I realized that actually not like they have anything against you, they're just not into all those greetings and stuff. They just say hi, hello, and go your way. But some Nigerians here, they still carry that culture and come here. Like maybe if you have a Nigerian that is a senior, maybe senior not and all. Some of them still carry that culture of greeting. And I'm like, you're not what's that word? They say if you're in Rome, behave like a Roman. So you're not in Nigeria, you're in the UK. Try to adapt to how their things are done. But no, they want you to greet them good morning. I'm not denying the fact that culture is culture anyway, but I know greeting is good. It's what we've been taught, to grow up with, and I'm not saying it's bad either. The next culture shock is not folding hands when you are speaking to maybe someone. It doesn't even need to be a senior or anything, but don't fold your hands. It was when I got here that I realized that it was a thing, and I was like, I was actually told by someone that when you get here, if someone is talking to you, don't fold your hands as in like this. Like put your hands across your chest, that they'll take it as a sign of should I say disrespect, or more like you're not into the conversation or you're not interested in what is being said. So they don't like it. Whether you're going for an interview or whatever, just don't fold your hands. Maybe keep your hands to your side and also maintain eye contact. They also like eye contact because they believe that you are following what they are saying. And me, I'm not the kind of person that knows how to maintain eye contact. I'm always very awkward when it comes to eye contact. I'm very awkward. I don't really like looking at people eyeball to eyeball. So what I do sometimes is that I look, and then after a while I just throw my eyes somewhere around and then look again. Honestly, that's why I don't really like long conversations, because how long do I have to keep this eye contact? Anyhow, so That's another culture shock. Keep your hands to your side, maintain eye contact, and engage in the conversation as well. The next culture shock I experienced here is smiling. They like to smile so much here. I remember this time that I was teaching medication for a patient, and the patient was like, I'm taking this job very seriously. And I said, what do you mean by that? And he was like, you're so concentrated in what you're doing, you're so serious, look at your face and everything. And I'm like, and I smiled because actually I don't even know how I look like when I'm doing something. Obviously, I'm going to put all my mind into what I'm doing. It's probably my face was like, so I can understand him because I just smiled and everything. But anyway, smiling is seen as friendly and approachable here. So if you're not the kind of person that likes to smile, you have to learn how to smile. Whereas in Nigeria, whether you smile, whether you don't smile, you should do your work. Although I think generally we should actually adapt this approach or attitude of smiling, because it actually is, I don't know, it gives this approachable kind of vibe. Like when I go to the hospital, I'm referring to Nigeria now, and I see a nurse smiling, and then I see another nurse frowning. Who will I go to? Obviously, I'll go to the one that is smiling because I'm like, this one, big will make person no go shout. So yeah, so that's just the share. And sometimes some smiles are not genuine, so just be careful. So you know, because somebody's smiling at you, next thing you think that person is your friend, because it will shock you when things go down. Next thing, you just receive a report from your manager. Somebody reported you about this, and you'll be wondering what's going on. And that brings me to another point, the point of gossiping or whistleblowing. They call it whistleblowing. Okay, no, let me say it separately. Whistleblowing is different, but kind of relates to gossiping. We gossip a lot here, honestly. Like office talk is a lot. So when you're confiding something to someone, just be careful, because you will hear that thing from another person. There's a story I heard of someone that went to and tell someone at the workplace that she left her child at home and came to work and something like that. I know they take childcare here very seriously. So when the person was like, oh, you left the child at home, is anyone looking after her or something? And there was no one looking after the child. I don't know, probably the child was like of age or something to take care of himself. But yeah, you have to be there for your child. You can't just leave your child at home alone. Someone has to be watching over your child. I don't really know how old the child was. You know, Nigerians, there's a certain age where we can just leave a child at home, believing that they can take care of themselves, you know. But what I'm getting out of this story is that the person she told about that stuff went to report her to child services, and they came and started investigating her. So anyway, be careful who you tell your gist to in your workplace, because they gossip a lot. And you guys can say you are best friends, like you're like this, but finally to be hearing your gist from another person. I know in Nigeria gossiping is it happens anyway, but I think here is just too much. Then there's another thing again, whistleblowing. That one is like reporting. They encourage you to report here. So you have to report when you see that something is wrong, somebody has done something wrong, and whatsoever. You report. So as you have to just be very careful when you're at the workplace, because you can just make one small mistake like this and someone has reported you. And it could be something that can land you in serious trouble. So they report a lot here. They call it whistleblowing. And you might not even know who has reported. You know, that's the thing. You most likely you will know who reported you. So just be careful anyway. The another culture shock I experienced here is nurses being involved in decision making. In Nigeria, doctors are seen as gods. Honestly, in Nigeria, in some hospitals, doctors are seen as gods. Like them, they cannot, make mistakes. But here, nothing like that. Nurse can also question a prescription being made. And the funny thing, if anything happens to the patient, it is the nurse that's going to be in trouble, because they'll be like, why didn't you know? Why didn't you detect it? Another thing I like about the doctors is that they listen. Most of the ones I've encountered, they listen. Some will even go to the point of asking you, okay, what do you want me to do? Maybe you go and tell them something about a patient. The patient is this, the patient is that, the patient needs this. Oh, I don't think this is working for this patient. Can you change it to this? I'm like, okay, what do you want us to do? So you say, okay, you now start suggesting, let's do this. And you guys will work with it. But in Nigeria, whatever a doctor says is correct. And again, another culture shock. This one is more like, it's not really a culture shock per se, but nurses do a whole lot here, a lot of procedures. In the federal hospital I worked in Nigeria, there was a time when they were saying nurses only give oral medications. Nurses don't give IVs. And I'm like, what is happening? There were so many procedures that doctors were now doing that are normally nurses procedures. It's as if they were taking all the procedures from nursing, and some people were comfortable with it, and I'm like, no, this isn't even right. How can you say nurses only give tablets? Tablets are something that the patient can even take on their own. So it was just so weird to me. I'm like, there's so many restrictions on what the nurse can and cannot do, which is not even our, way of doing things. It's not what we were taught. But yeah, so many procedures that nurses can't do. So many that I have not done before in Nigeria. I got to discover them here and I got to learn them as well. So here, nurses do a variety. They're not really limited to some things that we are limited to in Nigeria. And then the final thing I'm going to say before I go is that here you have to be social, you have to be vocal in things you're doing. Like you can be a very hard worker doing all your work like so diligently, and you're not really vocal about it, you're not really social and stuff like that. Let me just tell you an example that I was told some days ago. So there was one that they said a nurse was reported and asked me what she was reported for. They said that she's not a team player. Why did they say she's not a team player? So now this nurse, she does everything. She does her work very well, and all. If it comes to her work, she does it to the core. But one thing is that she's not a social person. Like she doesn't socialize with the rest. She's more like, let me say, a quiet person. A reserved person, which I can very understand because I'm also a very quiet person. Forget all this talk I'm talking here. So they say she doesn't really talk with the team. She doesn't engage. She doesn't engage with her colleagues. She doesn't engage with the patient. And here they really like it when you engage with the patients, especially if you're doing a procedure for a patient. Let me say you're checking the vital signs. Like, hello, you right? How do you find the weather today? Oh, did you sleep well? Are you okay? Do you have any? They want you to engage with the patient, and also patients like it when you talk with them. And sometimes if you are not, cautious, they might start telling you their whole life history. So sometimes when they start talking like that, you just have to know how to summarize the gist and go on to the next patient. You're going to be there forever. So like it when you engage the patient, like when you engage the staff as well. So apparently the nurse they reporter was not engaging, and what they used to as the term for her offense was that she was not a team player. So here you have to try to smile, try to engage with your patient, try to engage with your colleagues as well. Even if you're not really interested in what is being said, just say something. Don't just go to the patient and start doing procedure. At least just I want to do this procedure for you. Is that alright? Then you can just maybe do small talk, that kind of thing, just small talk. So just do your work and make sure that you are engaging, and also make sure that you say what you're doing. Like just I don't know what the word might be. Just sell yourself. When opportunities come, sell yourself. When you are applying for jobs, sell yourself. Say all those things that you are experiencing. Don't diminish yourself and say, oh, maybe these qualifications are too much. This is too much. Sell yourself. Put all those qualifications. Put everything, because here you need to sell yourself. For you to be recognized or noticed. If not, you just remain where you are. So that's just it anyway. That's just most of the culture shock that I have experienced. Anyway, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more culture shocks that you've experienced in the UK, if you're currently in the UK, whether it's in the healthcare field or whichever working environment you found yourself in the UK, just drop them in the comment section, and I'll also be glad to get to know most of those things, to help each other, so we know what to step our legs into and what to avoid. So if you've watched this video to this point, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys like my makeup. I didn't even check. So this was a very quick makeup, and I don't really like doing so much makeup. So I'm done. All right, see you guys in my next video. Bye.